Welcome to vlog number 2, Tour de Bloom. This is going to be days number 3 and 4, so Saturday and Sunday. So we started out with the time trial. I never get any footage really from time trials because you just go to the start, go, do your thing, get back to the car. And this one in particular was a bit crazy with the rain, and it was just windy and rainy, and the wind was like side crosswind, you know, I just all over the place. So we were all glad to get it done. This year they allowed TT bikes for the women's 1, 2, 3 fields, and I come from a triathlon background, so I thought, why not, you know, I'll use my TT bike, I have it, but I did not train on it in advance, except for that week. I did a few test sessions, and so yeah, I honestly think I might have done better if I just been on a road bike because, you know, I hadn't been using those muscles, practicing that position or any of that, but who knows? So yeah, was in the end not super thrilled, but glad to just be over with it. And our team results, Allie was our top team finisher. She was 13th, Paula was 14th, and then I was 18th.
We are done with the TT, and this is just the best thing ever. The best
Yay!
thing. And Allie crushed it.
Allie crushed it!
And didn't even know TT.
I know. I almost went to the beer cooler by accident earlier.
You were so mad. Coco.
Is that what you guys got?
Yeah, and I gave mine to Paula, but she took it from you. She stole yours. Oh, come on. Go change. Go change.
Then we'll get you another one.
Hey, don't say I split it.
What? Allie, do either of you also want a hot cocoa? Yes. Okay. I've got 2 so far.
I like how she could talk to both of us.
I know.
Are you videotaping?
Yes.
I don't know what to do that's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I am
just
cool.
act normal. Oh, yes, please.
I'll be drinking beer in the beer garden afterwards.
You're the best eggs.
Get him.
How did everybody do?
Allie crushed it. Allie, well, I forgot until I was out there suffering.
Ooh, this is spicy. What? Ooh, this is really spicy.
What is? Which one is that?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't like
Mine.
spicy.
Mine.
It's mine.
It's spicy.
I got a green one. It's not spicy.
Yeah,
We
the
should
green
have
ones
a
are not
green
spicy.
one.
Go!
Just so the bikes get there, okay?
Woo! Yes! Go Valkyr! Woo! Yes, ladies! Yes, Chantal!
Good job, Chantal.
Here we go! Yes, Chantal! Nice focus!
Good job, Chantal.
Good job, Chantal! Yeah, Chantal! Yeah, Chantal! Yeah, yeah. The rain crew.
The rain.
My turn.
Come on,
Woo!
Chantal.
Yeah, Chantal! Get up there! Get up there! Cheer squad! Cheer squad! All right, 1 lap to go. There you go. You got this. You got this. You got this. You got this.
Light on the avenue, which is kind of fun. I like that timing. And away.
Good job.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. That's good. Oh my gosh, you did so well.
Thank you.
You were so well positioned. Sorry. Angela, what do you need to be to win the Tour de Bloom crit?
Oh. I don't know.
Ooh, look at those. Look at those feet that are gonna be so dry. Here we are at the Twilight criterium. This crit is honestly one of the most fun parts about Tour de Bloom. It's one of my favorite crits. It is in downtown Wenatchee and people come out. And so they've got their beer garden, they've got the lights across the road. The women get to race right at twilight. So it's, you know, going from light to dark, and it's fast. It's a straightforward, you know, 4-corner crit, but you've got, after corner 1, you've got a little bit of an uphill. Then you're straight across the backside of the course, and then you come down, and it's like a sort of cobbled descent, but still very smooth. And you got a very fast left turn into the finish, and it's just super dynamic and really fun. You can see here, so we're getting started. First of all, the roads are wet, but it had been raining earlier in the day. Of course, raining in the morning for the TT, raining a little bit for the Cat 3 crit, but for us, the roads were not a problem. It didn't feel slick. I think that we all felt pretty, you know, comfortable and safe. So that was awesome. And then, I mean, you can tell here, like I included the first few laps because it was fast, right? You know, right out the gate. Of course, we always say the first 20 minutes of the crit are like the crazy part. You just have to make it through that. And so there's just big gaps, and I feel like things are fairly strung out, and I just felt like it's constantly like leapfrogging from group to group and trying to close things down. And then here I'm going to show some footage. We've got footage from Chantel of the corners from an outsider perspective. So this is the second corner at the top of the climb. So here's from my cameras coming through that corner, and then here's the back stretch of the course, which is more quiet. Definitely a lot of, you know, moves happen here. You've got a lot of space. Got to watch out for the curbs though, but they're, you know, very visible. So we come here into corner 3, which is, you know, at the top of this climb, and you can see how, it's sort of a brick road, but still pretty comfortable, but notable when you're first getting there. But all the corners are just like, you can take such nice lines. Here's corner 4, and come through with really good speed. And it's just sort of reminding yourself that you can carry that speed and you do not need to brake. But definitely, you know, you can always hear the disc brakes too. Yeah, here you can see how there's like a gap up ahead and it's lined out, and, you know, so it really started out with a good pace, which is honestly sort of fun. So I think one of the most notable things for me about this crit this year is that I was coming in from, you know, the road race the second day, the day prior to this. I had been feeling just like anxious in the peloton and sort of let that get to me and wasn't feeling great about that. But then into this race, we went and we watched Chantel's race, and I love Chantel because she just loves crits, and you can see this energy, and you can see her fighting, and you can see her positioning. And even the year before, the thing that I loved about this crit is that we were working for our GC contender, Angela. And so my job in the crit was just to chase down everything and make sure that people didn't get away and sit on people's wheels. And it's like, as soon as I had that mission, I felt like I could let go of any of the fears that I had or other things. And it was like, I have to do this for my team and for my teammate. And so I really wanted to come into this race with that mindset. And so that for me it made a huge difference, and it made this race super fun. But then I also was able to carry that into the final race and be like, hey, like, just if the thing that is if the pressure of the race and trying to, you know, be perfect or trying to not work too much or trying to be smart or all this stuff is getting to me, and then I'm like, because of that, not having fun and not performing well, then I need to just play around, play bikes, and like go hard. So that is essentially what I did. Okay, so here you can see that the person is going on the left. So I hop on her wheel, cover that, and then this next little section, you can see there's a few, you know, attacks and covering and moves that go. So that's why I kept it in here, because I thought it was sort of fun to see some of how dynamic the race was at points. Okay, so you can see that my front camera died. It had some weird glitch error and it was like frozen on one thing, but had the audio. It was very strange. On the right side of the screen, we can see the platform InstaFun rider going up the road. And then this is going to be the final lap of the race. The disappointing thing here is that the lap counters were a little bit confusing. There was one like electronic sign that was showing 0 the whole race. And so I think Paula got confused about what the lap counter was, and in the end did not realize that this was the final lap. So yeah, she didn't really go for it and was disappointed about that. And that was, definitely feedback that we had for future races. But I pretty much just, I was trying to get up in position and like pushing here, but wasn't really going for any specific finish. But, I think we finished like 7th and 8th or something.
What does it say? I just kept seeing you and I was like, bullshit!
Last pillow human of the weekend.
Hello, human of the weekend.
Getting our carbs. Water bottles. All right, sign in, last day. How we feeling?
We want to go home.
The faster we race, the sooner we get to go home.
Did we ever take a picture?
That's what we're about to do. Here we are, stage 5. We have one final road race to finish it out. This one is pretty straightforward. We've got about 50 miles racing, and it's 2 big loops on these nice rolling roads and, really nice trees, and you go by Lake Wenatchee. But yeah, this is, we've got 50 miles and it starts with 2 big loops, and then the main key point of the race is that there's a 1-mile climb at the end. It's pretty steep, and so typically everyone stays together for these 2 loops, and then, finish it out up the climb. Last year, I know we had a great lead out going into that climb, so there's ways to be strategic. Of course, teams are trying to protect their GC rider and, keep the pace at a, good enough effort to prevent attacks, stuff like that. So we get rolling, and I'll say that, before this morning, when I woke up this morning, there was sort of that high of the crit, and just the night of the crit was super fun. We all had a really good time. We're just I don't know, you get a lot of energy, I think, from a race like that. And in the morning, I think the days of racing, coming down from such a really, exciting, fun night, and then also just knowing that our race was starting at 1 p.m. and then we have to race 50 miles, and then you have to pack everything up and load up and drive 5 hours back home. And because of that, there was no way that I could be home in time for my kids' bedtime. And I knew that my husband was really tired from the days of me being gone and, managing the 2 kids. And honestly, I woke up that morning and I was feeling what's the point of going to this last day? And I could easily hitch a ride with the guys because they were going to be done before we even started racing, and they got to go home. Okay, so it's slowing, and there's a bear in front of us. And then a bear like crossed the road, and I just thought that was wild, and everyone else just like kept riding on, and I was like, was that a bear? So anyway, that was very exciting to me. And also, you know, yeah, when you're not in GC contention, it's like a little bit of what's the point? And I felt like, okay, I've already done some good racing. I've already got some, you know, fun experience out of this. Like, do I really need to do this last day? So I called Jenna, who's another mom in the Peloton, and I have raced with her before. We raced down in Redlands together, and I know that, you know, she understands like the pressure it puts on a partner to be away for stage racing and that it's difficult. And so like for me, the mom guilt is not so much even about my kids, it's more about my partner. So I called her and I was like, are you racing today? Because I was really hoping that she'd be like, no, let's drive back together and we'll just be done. But she said yes, that she was racing, and she had also considered not racing and considered going home and being there for bedtime. And she, you know, told herself, like, I came to race and I'm going to see this through. And, you know, in that case, like, we've both already made space to be here and made the effort. So, like, to go home, you know, it's a little bit like not seeing something through. But then also she said, if I'm going to stay, then I'm going to do something. And so, you know, I think she was planning on, you know, making some moves, throwing some attacks. And so that helped to, you know, hear that she understood and had also thought about it, but also like, okay, if I stay, then like, let's make it worth it. And so I went into the race with that same feeling. And the other thing, you know, I did realize is that, I mean, prize money paid out like top 20 in GC standings, and I was definitely there, and I could definitely hold that if I finished and, you know, make some more money for the team. And, you know, there was still stuff to fight for. And so, yeah, I built that motivation up. And then here we get to the let's do something. So I was like, okay, I'm here. I'm going to mix it up. It doesn't, you know, GC doesn't matter. Like, I just want to do something fun. And so I told myself that the next person who attacked, I was going to counterattack. Turn both my cameras on so I could capture it. And then here, you know, I'm watching. And pretty soon there's going to be a pretty strong attack that goes. And of course, I'm coming like way from the back, but you can see up there, there's a rider with a gap. So I'm like, okay. And so I start ramping up. And this is maybe like 10 miles into the race. All right, so the attack that went before has been brought back. And so I go to the left and I launch my attack. Okay, so here's the view of the attack from the back cam. Sort of fun to be able to see, you know, I mean, honestly, like what a big gap I get. So I don't know how much it's because I did it after someone else attacked or other people were waiting for someone else to chase. But the only person who tries to come with is one person, and they also get sort of a good gap and are trying to bridge up, but they don't ever get to me, and then they're back at the group. And the crazy thing is that this attack, I ended up being gone for basically an hour. And I think the biggest gap that I ended up getting was like a minute and 10 seconds maybe. And then it's not until we get back to this big wide road. So I'm away for the whole section where here's the U-turn, come to Lake Wenatchee. And this is just like the most fun road to ride. And so this was one of my big goals, was just like, get there so that you can ride this road solo. And it's like, you know, riding a roller coaster. So I was away for this whole section. And then once we get back to that big main road where it's more wide open, you can see ahead farther, but also there's a headwind. So I get into a section and there's definitely a headwind. And I just felt like, you know, I wasn't making any progress. And then once the group sees me, the gap comes down super quickly. But it was super fun because, you know, I love, honestly, these types of like time trial efforts. And it felt really good to feel like hopefully I was helping my teammates not have to be chasing. Of course, here comes some counterattacks right when they catch me, which is fun. And so then my goal here is just like try to get into the group and not fall off the back and try to recover. But I just, was super excited, and I felt like super happy with the effort and super happy that I got away so long. And then honestly, like I just kept having fun. I was like, I'm going to keep chasing down attacks. I'm going to keep doing stuff, because at this point, I mean, I'd already trashed my legs for the climb because everyone else had been basically sitting in the group. So I didn't really have high hopes for my finish. But then also I just wanted to, play around and like put out some efforts and have fun. So that's what I did. And it made this day totally worthwhile. And I had a lot of fun racing. And then at the very end, I wasn't really able to capture it on camera, I don't think, but there was some attacks that start going right when we're getting to the final climb. And so in the end, 2 people got away and they got like 30-second lead on the climb. They were brought back by Nadia, who won, another DNA rider who got second, and then Paula got third. And we were stoked. It was amazing. It was such the perfect ending to the weekend, and it was just, a wonderful, like, I just love the top of that climb when we're all together. There she is, number 3. Our amazing Swanias.
Can you take a pic?
Put your head down a little. There you go. Down a little more. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, look down. You can see the bike lights. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Yay!
I'm so happy. You guys are freaking awesome.
Yeah!
Nope, I can't. I
Can't do
Do
it.
you know the song?
You're not.
Drink with Caitlin, because Caitlin is our mate. We drink with Caitlin. She gets it done in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You guys, I did win the beer mile my first year at Brooks. I was like the champion. But
How fast?
it wasn't that fast. I was like just under 8 minutes.
That's amazing.
That's
Representing the Valkyr Cycling team. Rider number 219, Sarah Van Dam, representing the DNA Pro Cycling team. And someone who was slated all weekend long. I'm sure you've heard me call her name. I'm going to call her bib number 218, representing DNA Pro Cycling.
You would have been in shit. I know.